There are a lot of words in English that sound very similar, but have totally different meanings. So the way your accent sounds when you say these words can make a big difference. Here is a list of 10 sets of words that are commonly confused, and I'll tell you how to notice the difference and pronounce them correctly. Okay, number 1, advice and advise. So advice has an S sound at the end, advice. So it's a voiceless sound. So voiceless, you're not going to feel a vibration in your throat, but voiced sounds you will. So S, S, and Z, Z, are voiced and voiceless pairs. So the mouth position is the same, but the only difference is one is voiceless and one is voiced. So advice, advise, okay? So it's obviously not going to sound that obvious when you're doing it, but as you go into conversational speech, it will sound more natural. Advice, advise. Number 2, now this goes along with the voiced and voiceless sounds as well, okay? God and got. Very often what I hear is instead of God with a D sound, with a voiced D sound, I hear got with a voiceless T sound. So we want to turn on that voice. So holding the vowel a little bit longer for those voiced sounds really can get your vocal folds vibrating because all vowels are voiced. So when you get into that voiced sound and hold it a little longer, you can pull that voice sound into the D. God, God, and if you have to emphasize it a little bit more, that's fine. God, got. And along that, let's do had, hat, had, hat. Do you feel that vibration or that voicing on those voiced sounds? So voiced consonants, we want to get that D or that voice on it. So voiced consonants are going to be things like B, D, G, Z, J, and J. So whenever a word ends in those voiced consonants, make sure it gets on that. Number 3, launch and lounge. Okay, launch and lounge. Launch, like when I launch a rocket, launch has that ch sound, voiceless ch. Lounge, lounge has more of the voiced j sound. So the difference here is in the vowel and in the voiced and voiceless sound at the end. Launch, lounge. All right, number 4, close, close, and clothes. Okay, so close is going to have that voiceless S sound, close, like you're speaking very close to me. Close, close the door, has that voiced Z sound, close. Then there's clothes, okay? This one is really tricky because it has that THZ sound, clothes, clothes. So that TH has to get between the teeth, but then pulled back really quickly for the Z sound. So you might do some repetition, this, 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 to get used to that sound and that sound combination. So close, close, clothes. Number 5, breathe and breath. Okay, breathe and breath. Again, voiced and voiceless pairs. We have the voiced and voiceless TH sound on the end of these. Breathe has the voiced TH, and breath, breath has the voiceless TH. I have 5 more to go, but in the comments, I want you to write down a word that you struggle with so that we can help you out with those words. All right, number 6, let's go through tens and teens numbers. All right, tens I mean by 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Okay, and then teens, I mean 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so a lot of times my students have a hard time with this one because, or they're misunderstood frequently because they're not pronouncing it right or stressing it right. So there's 2 aspects of these numbers that I want you to consider. So in tens words, we're gonna stress the first syllable. 30, okay? 30. In teens numbers, we're going to stress the second syllable. 13, 13, okay? So 30, 13. So you also have to consider the tap T rule. So the T is going to become a D in the tens words. So 30, D instead of 30, 30, okay? 30. But in 13, we have that T, 13. So 30, 13. Number 7, leave and live. Now this is differences in the vowels. So long E for leave, don't leave me here, and short I for live. I live in the United States. Leave, live. Okay, number 8. Now this has to do with more word stress. Economy and economic. Economy has second syllable stress. Economic has first and third syllable stress. Economy, economic. Number 9, conscience, conscious, and conscientious. Okay? Conscience, conscience has that NS, conscience. Conscious is conscious, okay? Conscious. Conscientious, conscientious has 4 syllables there, conscientious. Okay, so those are frequently confused. Conscience, conscious, conscientious. And number 10, photography and photographer. Again, it's the word stress that changes this. And also because of the word stress, it changes the vowels a little bit. So photography, photography, a lot of my students will say photography, photography instead of photography. So second syllable stress. And then photographer, photographer is going to be second syllable stress. All right, so I have one bonus word that came up this week in a study group that I want to go over with you. So research, research. So the S to the ER and then the ch at the end was really tricky for a lot of my students. Research. So whenever you have a difficult word like that, just slow it down, break it up into syllables, and say each syllable separately. Research. Research. All right, I hope this was helpful. Definitely subscribe to my channel so you can have more of these videos that will help you in your English pronunciation and fluency. And if you want to learn more ways to be understood and be confident, check out my next video.